Hello and welcome to another episode of Live Feed with your host, Richard Santiago. Live Feed is brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher for all your digital resources. Check out travelingtechteacher.com, also brought to you by thebullyexposed.com, a nonprofit organization geared at helping survivors of bullying, so let them help you. And I got my Be Kind t-shirt from the bullyexposed.com. Get yours as well. So today, real long line for this title of this episode. It's Let's Chat with the Doctor, 11 Things to Do If You Are Getting Bullied. Jazz Bart, thank you for joining the show. I talked with my people and we talked with a psychiatrist and we asked him what things we can do. Thank you for everyone joining the show. What things we can do when we are being bullied. And he had some real good information and he came up with about 11 things. So that's a lot of things. So let's get to it. I got my notes here from us when we were talking. So let's start, of course, with number 11. So number 11 is a group of things, guys. It's don't be afraid to tell an adult you trust. I tell you guys that all the time when you're being bullied. Find someone that you trust, that you know is going to do something about your bullying. Also, never skip school. Education is so important. Education will get you out of a lot of situations, guys. So if you miss school, that's going to hurt your education. So never skip school to avoid your bullying. Try your best to get it handled and never skip school to avoid your bullying. Telly, thank you for joining the show. Always so good to have you on the show. I didn't think you would be up this late, but I am glad to see you up. We're still on number 11, and number 11 as well is don't hurt yourself. Don't cut yourself. Don't try to commit suicide when you're in the midst of getting bullied. Let's see what else. So number 8, call 911. I think it's 999 in other countries. Telly, what is the emergency number in Australia for people that live out there? I think the UK is 999. I could be wrong. Telly also says, yes, never skip school, guys. Yeah, I mean, especially people that get bullied a lot, I think are people that are going to be lawyers and politicians and doctors. And you really need your schooling. So don't skip school to avoid a bully. That's number 11. So going back to number 9, emergency. Be prepared when dealing with your bully to call 911. Once it gets physical, that's assault. You can call 911. So always be ready to call 911. If you're currently being assaulted, of course, you dial 911 or whatever emergency numbers in your country. If you want to report the bullying and maybe get some kind of restraining order if they have that in your country, I would definitely call the non-emergency number. And change your email if you have to. I'm sorry. I jumped ahead. Number 9. Number 9, guys. Keep your personal information private off of the internet and stuff like that. I told you guys recently that I once told too much information of where I live exactly, and my wife heard that part of the show one day and really let me have it, and that was very bad of me. So I'm going to show you. See, guys, I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. I'm not asking you guys to be perfect. I'm just asking you to do the best you can when you're being bullied. Manisham, thank you for joining the show. Keep your stuff private and change your emails often. if you have to. Also change your passwords often. Okay, it's not good to have the same password for years. Tully says that emergency number in the Australia is 000. We also have a kids helpline 1300 number. Tell us more about that, Tully. That's very interesting. As we move along to number, where are we? Number, oh boy, I went the wrong way, huh? I think I did number 8 first before number 9. Oh well, live show. So just to make sure we didn't, number 8 is be ready to and prepared to call 911 or non-emergency number. Number 9 is keep your personal information private. Be ready to change your email, change your passwords often. And let me see. And yeah, I went the wrong way on this. So number 10 is know your rights against the bully. You have rights, believe it or not, and it's important to know your rights against the bully. Okay, I'm sorry that it's all mixed up. Is while the doctor was talking to me, I was writing things down. Look, I'm gonna even show you how perfect I'm not. I wrote it. I wrote it all down on this envelope that I end up having that I'm gonna trash after this. So I wrote them all down here. So, when people want to interview, sometimes people tell me I want you to interview me for your show. I don't want to go on the show, but I want you to interview me. And sometimes they're like, hey, Rich, I'm ready for an interview right now. I have no patience. Do you want to talk? You say yes. You say hell yes. Sure, doc. And you drop everything you're doing and you talk with that person. So this is what happens when stuff like that happens. But it's cool, it's real life. So let's see. Yeah, my notes are all screwed up. So, oh great. I have 2 number 8s. So that means that this is 12 things to do if you're being bullied. Sorry guys, because I have another number 8 down here. And I have another number 8 up here. So I screwed up. Big time screwed up. So number 8A, all right? Number 8A is save records of what's happening. I tell you guys that all the time. The doc is smart. This also has to do with knowing your rights. So talk to a lawyer. Don't be afraid to talk to a lawyer. Talk to a police officer. Ask them what you can do about that and save records. So, you can keep a written journal with day, time, who was there, what was the outcome, witnesses. That also goes under who was there. Witnesses, who was there, and label these people. The bullies were this, was this person. The witnesses were these people. It was on this date. Try to get as much as possible. Even if you say, believe me, even if you say you ate pizza that day, if it happened during lunch, I ate pizza that day, or after lunch, or just before lunch, right? If something happened just before lunch, right, I had pizza that day. You know why? Because if you ever go to court and you say stuff like that, I remember that day very well. Because I was I just came back from eating pizza at John's Pizza Shack, or I was wearing my Buzz Off Bully T-shirt. I remember I was wearing my Buzz Off Bully T-shirt that day because he put a stain in it or he ripped it and save that. You want to save that ripped shirt. There you go. Here's proof it happened. You want to save if they're cyberbullying you. You want to save that screenshots and never delete those screenshots. That's important. So Tully says, and especially kids and young people, please do not post any of your pictures or photos of your school logo on their uniform. Very dangerous. Yeah, you're right. I read some things about that. Yeah, I know that I am part of the. I'm sure my wife's not going to get mad. Hopefully she won't. I'm part of the Air Force community where I live, and so I need an ID to get on base. And we are told never to take pictures of that, never to take pictures of you holding it. And it's really ridiculous because some people do it. They say, like maybe it was months since they got their ID, and so after 3 months of waiting for ID, you finally get your ID. They'll post pictures. Look, finally got my ID, and they'll post that up on the internet, not thinking that some person that can zoom in on that and forge it. People don't think that. But yes, that happens. Tully also goes on to say, yes, our special number for kids in crisis have that special number. Oops, am I saying that right? Have that special number kids helpline. I've kind of had someone close to us, but she cut herself. Oh wow. So it's situation if you want to commit suicide. Is that what you're saying, Tully? All right. Let me see where we are with my terrible list here. Number 7. Join a club at school or any club, school program, meet new people. And when the doc said that, you know what went in my head right away, Tully? And it should have went in yours, and it should have been went in all of yous that follow this program. Is that you want to stay in groups of 3, right? If you're by yourself, you're more likely to be bullied in school. If you hang with just you and another buddy, both of you are more likely to be bullied. If you hang in 3s, you're most likely not to be bullied. If you hang in 4s, I doubt you're getting bullied. And if you hang out with 5 friends, I don't think you're gonna get bullied. So that kind of joins into that. So if you're a loner type person, join a club. Make friends with the people in that club. Or if you're into basketball or something of that nature, join basketball. Join the basketball team and get to know those people. And then when you walk around with those people, you're more likely not to be bullied. A bully is not going to say, "Oh, let me come over and bully." If me and Tully are hanging out in Australia with 5 of my American friends, so that's 5, me 6, Tully makes 7. We are most likely not going to get harassed. And if we do, it's going to be with a group of 10 people. And I have seen that happen where 10 people will bully, people that are hanging out in groups of 4 or 5. So it does happen. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't. Tisha, hair, your crown. Hair your crown. Thank you for joining the show. Yeah. So joining a club, when you join a club, you meet people, and then you can start being their friends, and you can say, hey, you find out maybe that your friend, that person lives on the same block you do. Hey, want to walk home from school together? And then you find someone else. But if you sit in your classroom or at work, because this is for adults as well, if you sit alone by yourself all the time, chances are you're not gonna make any friends, and you're gonna be bullied. Now, yes, I know some people are like, especially when I talk to kids, I don't like to meet people because they always turn out to be horrible and blah blah blah. Yeah, you're gonna meet that, but you could meet your best friend for life. For you people, maybe Tully knows about this. When I see a friend that I was friends with at 10 years old, that's like one of the greatest things in the world. So when you're making memories, so don't be afraid to do that, because you're gonna meet the jerk once in a while, but you're gonna meet good people too. So number 6, do not become the bully. That was a very good point by the doctor today. Again, these are not my this is not my list of things. This is the doctor's list, and I'm just kind of giving you my take on what the doctor said. So let's see. So we said don't become the bully. Yes. Unfortunately, yes, it's true. Kids, adults, and parents Society shows us that the bully is the one that's going to be protected, but you cannot become that bully. Let me also say something else that the doc said that I didn't put on my list. The doctor said, like I told you guys, and I hope that I'm not going on a subject that might hurt some people's feelings. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But you have pedophiles, right, out there. And pedophiles groom people, men and women that abuse their spouses. They groom these people. There's certain things that they do to groom these people. So a bully is no different. Okay, a bully grooms people as well. And I've told you this many times, and I was really happy to see that a doctor, a guy who has like a PhD, I'm thinking the same way that a guy with a PhD is thinking. So I really like that. So he says, when you get bullied for the first time, unfortunately, it's not bullying, right? Because bullying is multiple. But for the sake of discussion, we're going to say, when you get bullied for the first time, the bully is testing you. I told you lots of times when I was a kid, the bully would bully me and then turn around and when I stood up to him, he would say, "Nah, man, I'm just joking. You cool. I told you that a lot. So he was grooming me. And I came out to be a person that's not a good person to mess around with. So he changed everything. And said, he flipped the script is what we call it. He flipped the script and was like, "Nah, man, I was just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, let's be friends." So when a bully, okay, is what the doctor says, comes to test you for the first time, when he's grooming you, and he used a great example. He said, let's just say somebody took a job from him. If you're in advertising and you have a Doritos campaign, let's just say, or you know what, not Doritos. You have the campaign for the bullyexposed.com, right? And you really wanted to do it. And then you find out someone else took it, but you don't really know who did. So he comes up, I'll come up to Tully and I'll say, "Hey, Tully." And he says that the bully shoulders will go back. You can't see my shoulders, unfortunately, all the way. But his shoulders will go back, the head will come out further, and the head would not. Okay, and he'll look you right in the eye and say, "Did you take the bullyexposed.com account?" Most people who are very shy or don't stand up for themselves will back up. Okay? And then they'll look the other way. They'll look like this. This is the posture that they'll take. They'll look down to the ground, not look the person in the eye, just like I'm doing. And you know what that tells the bully? That I'm a target. That's what it tells the bully. So he says, and you should mirror. And I've told you guys that too. Mirror, listen to what your bully is saying and throw it back at the mirror. I told you that. Well, instead of with words, this is with physical posture. Because he said a very good other point. Did you know, I didn't know this, that I think it's 70%, I might be wrong on that, so don't hold me to that. 70% of our communication with people is through physical, not words or anything else. It's physical. Like you've been seeing me talking with you guys, my shoulders have been going up. I see myself now since I started doing the show the way I talk. My hands will come out, my hands will do the talking first. They say that a lot of times in America, at least, they say a lot of times that Italians, how do you know someone's Italian? Because he talks with his hands. We do. We talk with our gestures and our thing. And that's why when I ask people questions, even my dog, when I say, "Did you take that?" You see the answer in their eyes. And the same thing with human beings. So this posture, shoulders back, head out, head tinted, eyes looking right at you, eyes bulged, is the beginning of someone grooming you, okay? Grooming you to be a target for bullying. So he says mirror him. So you got to do the same thing that person is doing. Now, the one thing that the doctor didn't say that I'm going to say is, you must remember that can turn into a fight. But his thought about it when I said that to him was that this is not for someone in the playground. Okay, Maisha Speaks, thank you for joining the show. This is not advice for someone on the playground, not advice for someone that's in a bar. Okay, this is advice for someone that's in the workplace. If you're being bullied in the workplace, this is the advice for you. Okay, so again, never do this in a bar. Never do this, if you're watching your favorite sport like Tully likes to do. I can't remember the name of that team that you like, Tully, but when you're doing that, is not the place to do that. Only in a workplace setting. Workplace setting. Okay, you mirror exactly what he's doing. Okay, but don't scream and yell. That's one thing that I would not do, because I think that a lot of times, like I said, the bully's protected. So if you turn around and if he's yelling at the top of his lungs and you start yelling at the top of his lungs, then people are going to say, you're the crazy one. Trust me on that one. They're going to say, you're the crazy one, that you did everything wrong. So it's just mirroring with body posture. So remember, again, I'm going to say it again. We communicate 70%. I'm going to get that. I'm going to call the doctor and find out what the right number is. But we communicate 70% of our information with our bodies, not words. So that's very important to know that. On the scene with Dean. Thank you for joining the show. Where are you from, On the Scene? Let's see. So Tully says, good news. Your kids got into that other school that we applied. Oh, my kids. I'm sorry. I said your kids. My bad. Your kids, not my kids. Okay. That we applied for them. Awesome. And they are going to be so much better off from it. Were they getting bullied? Refresh my memory. Were they getting bullied over there, Tully? So while we wait for Tully's answer, so go on again. Bully is grooming you and comes at you like this. Did you take that account? Shoulders back, head down, eyes bulged. You do the same thing. You say, no, I did not take that account. Don't yell it. Very calm. All right, so let's move on to number 5. Take a different route away from the bully. Okay, so good point here. We talked about this one, me and the doctor. So if you find that if you're going to class or if you're going home, it's the same route that the bully takes, change that. Okay, change that, because you're opening yourself up to be more bullied. And if you're walking home, there's no teachers around, there could be no police officers around, there could be no one there to stop the fight. So remember that. Let's see. And Tully also says smaller classes plus 2 teachers in each classroom. What? 2 teachers in each classroom? I've never heard of that. My wife, when we lived in America, was had like 40 something students, 37 something students. So that's good. 2 teachers in the classroom. That's good. 2 certified teachers, right? Because sometimes they would give her an aide or a student teacher, and a student teacher doesn't really know what's going on, and an aide, we know, doesn't know what's going on either. I mean, doesn't really have the grasp of how to teach, as a person who might have 17 years in teaching. Which I believe why the 17 came up in my head is because 17 is, I believe, what my wife had teaching before we left the U.S. So let's see. So sloppy, I don't know what we're on. We're on take a different route. Yeah, so take a different route. When you're going to classes, if you know that the bully's that way and there's a different way to take it, take a different route. Don't go the same route and leave yourself open for bullying. Let's see. Number 4, be positive or stay positive. Okay, so stay positive or be positive. Yeah, I tell you guys that all the time. If we start to get, I know it's hard, but if we start to get negative because of CM Green, thank you for joining the show. Where are you from? If we start to get negative, because we are being bullied in the workplace or in school, then we start snapping out at our friends. We start snapping at people that can help us, and we never want to do that. I tell you that all the time. I've had, when I was being bullied in the workplace, supervisors that would let's see, that would bully me in one aspect, in publicly bully me, right? And then go and take me into the office and tell me what to do to deal with that bullying. So you never, and if I had been mad at that person and yelled at them and said something to them that was mean, then they would have been my enemy. So never, stay positive, and when you stay positive and you stay happy, you'll see that that things go a lot better for you. Tully says yes, they were getting bullied and found it difficult to concentrate. Yeah, when you're being bullied, you can't do good in school because of the amount of kids in each classroom. 30 students to just one teacher. Oh, okay. So you're familiar with 30 students to one teacher. Then that's not a shocking new thing to you. I didn't invent the wheel when it came to that. When I told you that, it's something you're familiar with. Well, that's good. That's good. How many did you say? How many teachers? How many kids are in this class? Is it still 30 teachers? 30 students in the class. You just have 2 teachers. Is that the difference with the school? All right, let's move on. Stay positive. Number 4, guys. Number 3. We're gonna. What does? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna skip number 3 for now because it's a long list of things that he said, and I want to cover it with you. So let's move on to number 1. Sorry guys, we're not going in a traditional order. So number 2, we're gonna go to number 2. Walk away. Trying to read my notes here. Sorry guys, I wish you show. Oh, you know what? No, we're gonna do number 3. Know what to say. Know what to say with your bully. So, you want to keep it positive, I think. For instance, we did some doctor was talking to me on Facebook the other day about we put a post with a cat that had a very very nasty look on his face, and we wrote on top, "I hate bullies." And people, and this one person, I shouldn't say people, this one person was like, you should keep things positive when dealing with the bully. And I'm just here to tell you guys, I'm here to entertain you guys, right? I'm here to entertain you. I'm here to educate you as well. But mostly, I'm here to entertain you, because if I don't entertain you, you're not going to tune in every day. So once in a while, if I see something funny that might contradict something that I said. I might tell you always be nice to your bully, and then I'll post something that says I hate bullies. It's meant to be light, and it's meant to take lighthearted. But yes, never. I told you guys, go watch our IGTV channel called Anakin Skywalker Syndrome. I told you guys, if you hate your bully, then you will eventually become a bully. So saying that I hate bullies, was just, think about it. It's a picture of a cat, and the cat is saying, I hate bullies. So, it's meant to be light. That's obvious. We also put another one up, I hate bullies. It was with The Rock, where I did a drawing of The Rock, and I put it out there, I hate bullies, because that's from a film called Central Intelligence. If you haven't seen Central Intelligence, go check it out. Every time he's about to fight bullies, he says, I hate bullies, and only the way The Rock can do it, So it's just meant to be light. So know what to say, keep it positive, and know that if you say certain things, it could turn into a fight. So be ready to protect yourself. Like I told you, and I many times, guys, and I hope Tully's doing this. Put your kids in some martial arts, guys. Put your kids in some boxing. Whatever is inexpensive. Nowadays, to be honest, you can go to Vimeo.com, who is a proud sponsor of the bullyexposed.com, and go to them, put in a search for learn how to box, and you can find some material. You're not going to become a professional boxer out of that. I understand that. But you can learn how to defend yourself enough to run. Remember that. And I can tell you this right now. I've interviewed tons of professional boxers. One particular, because he was the first one I interviewed that told me this. His name was Ishe Smith. He was a champion. He boxes with Mayweather out of Mayweather's camp. He boxes in the same gym as Mayweather in Las Vegas. And he told me he was being bullied. He took boxing classes, and now he's the champ. So there you go. So you never know. So let's see. Sorry, I meant to say one main teacher and one support teacher. Okay, so like they do in the States, they are called teaching assistants. Okay, awesome. All right, so number 2, that's the one I'm going to skip. So the number one thing that the doctor did say was to empower yourself. And what does it mean to empower yourself? And I kind of went through it. I didn't mean to, but I kind of went through it. Teach your kids how to box, okay? In this day and age, we all have a good friend that's a boxer or a good friend. Put them in those classes, or like I said, I guess I'm going to repeat myself again. Go on Vimeo.com, do a search for how to bob and weave, or ask us, okay? Ask us. We have a video that we made with a boxer about boxing, bobbing and weaving. So, because I know there's some kids out there that don't like to punch, or their parents might tell them never strike another person. If you bob and weave, I've seen people and kids, okay? I don't mean adults. I've seen adults do it, but I've seen kids do it too, where they bobbed and weaved so much that the bully tired out. Because they knew how to bob and weave so much, the bully tired out, and then they were able to just walk away and leave the bully there out of breath. And you think that bully pursued? No, he didn't. And in most cases, he stopped bullying them, because he knows if he's able to bob and weave like that, one day he's going to swing. And when he does, it's going to hurt. And they know. Like I tell you, bullies they want it easy, in and out. Remember that. So let me go to number 2 that I kind of said. That also kind of ties in with number 3. Walk away. Walk away from your bully is the thing that is one of the things he said. Walk away from the bully. Walking away from the bully shows you don't care. And sometimes you got to know what to say to the bully. And this is where I kind of disagreed with the doctor. And I hope that you don't think I'm full of myself for disagreeing with someone with a PhD. But when you hear these things, you might agree with me. So he said, know what to say. Know what to say, walk away. When you're not ready to walk away and you want to say something, here are some things you should say. But before I say them, I'm going to say this. The live feed is brought to you by travelingtechteacher.com, which Tully has posted. Thank you, Tully. Posted on our comment section here. Also, brought to you by the bullyexposed.com. Get your your Be Kind, sorry. Get your Be Kind t-shirt at the bullyexposed.com. But I'm going to say this. Some of these things I wouldn't say unless I'm ready to fight a bully. So I'm keeping that in mind. So I'm sorry, I shouldn't say fight, unless I'm ready to defend myself against a bully. That's the one thing that I'm going to tell you right now, guys. But yes, do I see, before I say them, do I see some of the things that he's saying teach the bully to leave you alone? Yes, because like I said, bullies just want to bully people that are going to stay quiet and not say a word. If you make them look stupid in front of their other friends, they are going to um, they're going to leave you alone. So yes, I agree with that aspect of what the doctor was saying. They will leave you alone if you um, if you make them look like fools. But sometimes when you make a bully look like a fool, he comes out and strikes you. He'll come out and hit you. So you got to be ready for that. So only say these things if you're ready, if you have the knowledge and you're ready to defend yourself against your bully. All right. So here we go. So he said, "Wow, did you come up with that all by yourself?" So a bully says something to you, and a bully might say, "You're ugly," or your daddy's ugly, or whatever you might say, and you might say, "Wow, did you come up with that all by yourself?" Excuse me, but you seem to think I care. Again, like I said, I think that when you say a lot of these things, the next step is going to be a fist. I told you that I talked to a girl who said, "I'm tired of being bullied. I'm going to stand up to my bully." And she stood up to a bully. And her bully got angry, picked up a lead pencil, and stabbed her in the face with it. So you can't live on privilege. Let's say that. Now, that's a very popular word nowadays. You can't live on privilege. You can't think you're going to talk to someone a certain way and that they're just going to walk away from you. Don't think that. So you say it, okay, and then be ready to defend yourself so you don't get a pen in your face, enlarged in your face. Um, here we go again. Yawn. This is really boring. Let me know when you're done. I don't think I would say those things. I think this should be now a top 10 things you don't say to bullies. That's what I think this has become. Um, so top 10 things you don't say to bullies. Well, let me see. Let's try. So let's start again. Now that we're doing it, I don't know if it's a top 10. So we'll start at one. One. Did you come up with that all by yourself? Two. Excuse me, but you seem to think I care. Three. Here we go again, yawn. This is really boring. Let me know when you're done. Four. I've been called worse from better people. Five. Yeah, you could be a real cool person if you stop this nonsense. Ooh. Thank you for smashing that heart, Tully. Let's see. That's number five. Number six. Enough. Enough. Just one word. Enough. That might not get you in too much. Get you to a point where you're defending yourself. Number six. This is seven. Why are you talking to me? That might not get you in any trouble either. But why are you talking to me? That's a very good one. Uh, Another one that won't get you in trouble is that seven. So eight. Let's move on. That's a good one. Let's move on. That's not gonna get you in trouble. Okay. Thank you. Let's move on. And then just walk. And then that's when you do number two and just walk away. These are not too bad now. Oh wow. Just saying. Oh wow. That's number 9, I believe we're up to. Oh wow. Just saying. Oh wow to you, bully. Wayne Shipperbottom, thank you for joining the show. Where are you from? So let's see. That's it. Number 10. You finally found something funny to say. I agree with that one. I gotta admit. Laugh with your bully. Make fun of yourself. If your bully says, your mama wears combat boots, you should say, yeah, you should see her in a dress. Or you should see her. Or they say your dad wears combat boots. Say, yeah, you should see him in a dress. Making fun of yourself does diffuse the situation. So I will agree with the doctor on that. Make fun of yourself. Because like I said, if you make fun of yourself before someone else does, then it's not fun anymore. So it's not fun for the bully anymore. I mean, so I forgot what number we're on. I think we're number 11. I'm not sure why you keep saying these things about me, but I don't care. Very good one. I think that will diffuse the situation as well. I don't think that'll get a pen in your face, a lead pen in your face, a pencil in your face. So I think that's a good one. I gotta give the doctor that one. Um, what am I up to? Number 12? Number 12, whatever. Whatever. And then just do number 2 and walk away. Agree with that one. Whatever. Whatever, dude, and just walk away. And, let's see. Uh, this is one that might get a lead pen in your face, a lead pencil, in your face, or at least get the bully angry. And that's number 12. Do you feel better now? Do you feel better now? It might. Do you feel better now? Maybe if you put it with, if you want to talk, I'm here. Let's talk. You feel better now? Maybe that'll diffuse the situation. I'll agree with the doctor on that one. But I think just saying, do you feel better now with an attitude would not work. But if you feel better now with following up by, do you need to talk to someone? Maybe that might not work if you need to talk to someone. If you're talking, number 13, I think we're up to, if you're talking about me behind my back, clearly my life's a lot more interesting than yours. Now that will get you the pencil. We agree on that, right, Tully? That one will get you the pencil. Number 13 will get you the pencil. Tully says, a friend of mine told a bully, yeah, you'll get yours, and it ain't going to be a wonderland. Yeah, that one will get the lead pencil too. All right, let's see. So there you go. So 13. The doctor came up with 13 things. At least I hope I counted them right. You let me know. Because I'm sure there's somebody out there that'll say, you only had 12, you said 13, or you had 14 and you said 13. I apologize now. But those are the things right now. Like I said, I told you, a few of them will diffuse, a few of them will not. Sarah Hain, thank you for joining the show. Where are you from, Sarah Hain? So there it is. 11 things, or it was actually 12 things because we had two. I did number 8 twice, so sorry about that. So 12 things you can do if you're getting bullied. So let me run down them. I'm not going to say the number, being that it's all confusing with numbers. I'm just going to run them down the way I wrote them. Kathleen Thornburg, thank you for joining the show. Where are you from? So let's see. Don't be afraid to tell an adult you trust. Okay? Don't skip school to avoid your bully. Don't commit suicide. Don't hurt yourself. Very important. Number 8, call 911 or 000 or 999. I think is the UK, if I remember from what my friends told me. So call 911, 000 if you live in Australia, 999 if you live in the UK, in the UK, excuse me. Should you have been in a fist fight with them, or if you're assaulted, don't be afraid to change your emails. Don't be afraid to change your password often, and don't give that information away. That's the next one. Don't give private information away, your address, your phone number. What else? Phone number, email, passwords. Never give that stuff away, guys. Let's see. Know your rights against the bully. Learn what they are. If you were assaulted, go down to the police department, talk to the police, or if you have a friend, everybody knows a friend that's a police officer, right? So if you know a friend that's a police officer, go over to him, talk to him, ask him what you can do, what your rights are, and if you have a friend that's a lawyer, or even, spend the money. Some lawyers might give you, might charge you $25 an hour, maybe you don't want to see a lawyer that charges that little, but go down there. Or a lot of them give free consultations. Go down there and ask them, what are my rights? What do I have a plate? Do I have a, something that I can take to court and sue? Don't be afraid to do that. Um, Let me see. I'm going to start on the top of the list, so we'll go in reverse. Empower yourself. And what does empowering yourself means? It means learning martial arts, learning to defend yourself, or learning to, sometimes, like if you learn to play a guitar, playing a guitar gives you confidence. Bullying, you have to understand this. The bully, 90% of the time, can't fight. So he's going strictly on his posture. And remember, 70% of communication is from our bodies, our hands waving around, the expressions we put on our face. If I'm like this, I'm mad, right? If I'm like this, I'm happy. So, and I communicated that to you without anything, right? I won't say a word. See, I didn't say a word and you knew what I was feeling. So 70%, or I'm gonna find out from the doc again what that number is. But 70% of bullying, thank you for smashing that heart, of bullying, 70% of communication comes from our body gestures, is what the doctor says, and that's a quote. Let's see. So that's empowering. Like I was saying, I'm sorry. So when you learn to play guitar, that gives you a confidence. So you're walking around school in confidence, or you're walking around your job in confidence. Not only that, if you play guitar and you're in a band, no one's gonna bully. Chances are they would, but a good percentage of the time, no one's gonna bully the guy who's learning to. That's in the band, and everybody's gonna think he's cool. So boom. So empowering yourself. But for me, I think a good percentage of the time, empowering should mean learning to defend yourself. Whether that's learning to bob and weave, okay, or learning to defend yourself completely, like taking the whole course, okay. And again, let me give a shout out to Vimeo.com. You can go on Vimeo.com, put in learn how to box, and follow those videos like that, or learn martial arts and follow those videos like that. Number 2, walk away, know what to say. Okay, I'm not going to go through the list again of what the doctor said. Some things were good, some things I think would get a pencil in your face. So be careful. So one of the quotes that the doctor said, I want to say, I didn't say it earlier, that if you show the bully you don't care, some of the times they get bored. Also, if you laugh, they failed, is one quote he said. If you laugh, they failed. So if someone says your dad wear combat boots, and I say, yeah, you should see him in a dress. You think that's bad, you should see him in a dress. Now I'm laughing, other people are laughing, and he failed to bully you and to make you look like a fool. But you might have made him look like a fool, so be ready for the pen in the face. Let's see. So be positive. That's important. You have to stay positive, and I know it's hard. Like I told you guys, when I was being bullied, I was being bullied every day, and the thing was that it wasn't one supervisor. It was multiple supervisors. So they do multiple supervisors, and one would take turns, so that if I filed a grievance, it would be like, well, how can you say I've been bullying you? I haven't talked to you in 3 days, and it's because the other bully. Sometimes at my jobs there were 3 supervisors, so it was the other supervisor's day to bully me. So now a bully, one supervisor would bully me, and I'll file a grievance, and he's like, how can you say I'm bullying you? I haven't talked to you in 2 days, or whatever, or days, so they were rotating, the bullies were rotating themselves. So it was hard for me to stay positive, but I know I had to. And guys, a good way to stay positive, I know a lot of you have DM'd me and said, that's weird or whatever, but a lot of ways to stay positive is to put the right food in your body, okay? Put foods, celery. Like I said, celery is the same component that's in anxiety medicine, I was told by a doctor. So the same stuff that you're getting in this pill that the doctor's giving you is the same thing that's in celery. So eat the celery rather than the anxiety pill. That's the way I look at it. Let's see. So stay positive. Take different route home from school or work or to classes. If the bully is always on the same route you're on, take a different route. Do not become a bully. That's very important. I know, like I said, that society all too often protects the bully, and not only protects the bully, kind of, oh yeah, you're cool because they don't want to be bullied. That's the only reason. They don't think the bully is cooler than you. They just don't want to be bullied. So they say they'll high five the bully. So they, as long as you're not bullying me, I'm gonna give you a high five, which is not the right thing to do. Join a club, okay? Join a boxing club. How's that? And you kill two birds with one stone. You kill empowering yourself and join a club at the same time if you join boxing, if you join martial arts or whatever, or make a club. Hey, think out of the box. Make a club. Make your own boxing club where what you do is you either, maybe you charge dues. Here's a thought. So you charge dues, right, to all the members of this club. It's a martial arts club. And you'll have different senseis from different, what do you call them now? From different dojos come to your dojo or come to your house or whatever and teach you guys one-on-one. There you go. So you charge people $10 a month, $10 a month dues, and you take that money and you do that with it. I am Second. Thank you for joining the show. Rishiro, thank you for joining the show. I think that's Pico. Is that you, Pico? We got 7 minutes. Pico is joining late. He must have worked late tonight. So join the club. And so there you go. I just thought about that right off the cuff of my head. Not only join a club, make your own club. Okay? Make your own club. That'll empower you. I mean, think of all the things on this list that you will complete if you do that. If you get together with a couple of your friends, you make one the treasurer, you make one the vice president, you probably make yourself the president, and you charge dues. And what you do is you'll take this dues money and pay and give it to people to teach you how. Believe me, you could. There are some professional, or I should say amateur boxers. I know amateur boxers, okay, that they don't want to work because boxing, you really have to keep your mind. You have to work out all the time. It's a 24-hour thing. So sometimes they have to work. But would they love not to work? Would they love to teach you boxing? And you make a deal with them. Sign a contract, make a deal with them. We have 5, here you go, here's the thought. We have 5 followers, I said followers, but we have 5 members in our club, boxing club, let's just say. Call it the Bully Exposed Boxing Club, right? You have 5 members. We charge those members $10 each month. So each month we have $50. We will give you those $50 if you come to our home and you pick the guy with the biggest house, or maybe there's someone there that their dad has a place that you guys can meet, like maybe a restaurant, and you meet when the restaurant's closed. I say restaurant because I used to own a restaurant. And you meet when the restaurant's closed. You give that boxer the $50, and well, no, you don't never give the money up front. You sit there and you have the boxer go through it. He's amateur. He would love to make that money, or who knows? Maybe you might find a professional. You might know someone and find a professional boxer that would love to do that. And that way they don't have to seek another job. I mean, I think that's perfect. So you'll knock out empowering yourself. You'll knock out creating a club. You'll knock out meeting people. You'll stay positive. I'm going to go through the list of all this. Let's see. You won't skip school because you'll be positive. You won't be afraid to tell an adult that you're being bullied. You won't hurt yourself because you're too busy working out. You'll be too busy to get on the internet, so you won't put private information on there, right? And that's it. You'll knock out a lot of things. So there you go. You gotta really start to think out of the box when it comes to bullying. That's That's basically what it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Tully said something. You could say to the person bullying you, "Oh, look, you have something green on your teeth," or anyway, or another way is to throw them off and keep them from using their pens. Yeah, good one. I'm sorry, it's hard to read against the background. Yeah. Exactly. You're throwing them off. That's the one thing that I think that I was able to stay ahead of my bully is because I was honest. I said to myself, okay, I've never bullied anyone, but if I was bullying someone, what would I do? And because of that, I was always able to, by the things that they said, stay one step ahead of them with what they would do. And then they would find out that they would do something, and I would be like, nope, look, I got that covered. And they'd be like, oh, shoot. How did he know? How did he know I was going to take that route? Because believe me, through gestures and through things people say, they'll give away a lot of what they are, especially racist people. I noticed that racist people give away a lot of who they are when they say certain things, Especially like my favorite one to tell is like when when I told the supervisor, look, I just want to come in to work and not be bullied. And if I do something wrong, talk to me nicely in a calm way and tell me what I did wrong. And that response and every supervisor I said the same response. I'm going to say it though exactly. I'm going to say it verbatim the way they said it. What Mr. Santiago wants is special treatment. That is not special treatment. That is the treatment. That is actually what is said in all the books of the United States, and I'm sure in the UK and in Australia, that you treat people with dignity and respect. That's all I ever wanted. But to these people, it was special treatment. So you got to listen to what a lot of them say, and then like Tully said, throw it back at them in a comical way to maybe get them to laugh. I'll tell you a story. A kid told me one time that he was being bullied. He was being bullied by someone one time, and the person was constantly bullying him, and he was making jokes about it. And the guy would not let up, would not let up. So finally he went, maybe this is not a good thing to do, but this work. It's like I said, some things might work for one person, won't work for another. He actually took him by his head and kissed him. I don't think he kissed him on the lips. I think he kissed him on the side of the face. Williams, thank you for joining the show. Where are you from, Williams? He kissed him on the side of the face, and the kid who was bullying him laughed, and he never bullied him again. So you never know what's going to work when it comes to bullies. But that is the end of the show. Instagram's about to cut us off. I thank you, Tully and Williams, for coming on the show. Please smash that heart one time before you guys go if you love this. And again, I apologize that the list was all over the place. But like I said, the doctor called me and said, I'm free to talk. I have no patience. Let's do a phone interview. And I just grabbed the quickest paper and started writing. So I hope you did learn something from this. Remember to make your own club. Don't be afraid, guys. Make your own club and meet people. And don't be afraid to say my favorite thing. How you doing? My name is Richard. What's your name? That's the start of a long-lasting friendship. So I want to remind you guys. See, I'm messing up all over the place here. I gotta end this the right way, right? Gotta end it the right way. I hope I got time now. So let's see. Here we go. All right, gotta always end it with the song, right? Bye-bye, Tully. So, live feed is brought to you by thebullyexposed.com, a non-profit organization geared at helping survivors of bullying. So let them help you and get your Be Kind t-shirt. Also brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher. For all your teacher resources, check out travelingtechteacher.com. That's going to do it for me, guys. Remember, anyone can wear the crown. Anyone can be a hero. Be kind to one another, guys. Have a great day. Bye now.